thank you so much for your time here to understand a little bit more about the main concepts related to the course that we will start this semester. So just a reminder, this is a course, a special topics that we are talking about towards an intelligent construction environment. And the idea today is to present some main concepts that we will develop, and we will have the opportunity to listen different professors from different institutions around the world about the topic. So it's really important to understand that why we are using more digital technology in construction in the last few years. What we notice that the productivity in the construction industry is very low, or increase in a very reduced rhythm or pace concerning when we compare with other industries, for example. However, the construction industry is really important for the worldwide GDP, or because of the amount of money that the construction offers for the world economy. So just to have an example, 13% of the GDP of the world is related to construction activities. However, we increase in terms of productivity less than 1% per year in the last 20 years, which is very low. This is why in the last 10 years, we are investing more in digital technologies as a way to provide to the industry more opportunities for improvements. So this is two important reports that we had in 2017 and 2020, highlighting the importance of the use of digital in construction. A little bit about the principles that we are using in construction 4.0. If we look at construction 4.0, it's an adaptation of the industry 4.0. And some principles that we need to use when we look at construction 4.0 idea. We are talking about real-time data management as a principle. We are talking about virtualization, agility, interoperability, decentralization, service orientation, and business process driven. If you look at these 4.0 principles, real-time data management, for example, it's something that it's looking at for several industries. But in the construction industry, sometimes real-time management is not so important as in the automobile industry, for example. Why? Because the pace of the construction industry is lower than other kind of industry. But if we look at the need to understand the safety environment in the construction industry, maybe real-time management is something important. So the principles of 4.0 industry, it's important as a reference for us as a construction 4.0, but this is not, we need to adapt for our context. What we are looking at when we talk about construction 4.0, what we want to say or understand. One of the book that, the book Construction 4.0 try to define the construction 4.0 as a mechanism to capture and manage large volumes of required data. Well, we are using several digital technology. In the construction industry, we have a lack of database. This is something that we are very poor in construction, the development of database that make us possible to understand what's going on in our projects in general. But because of the use of digital technology, we have now more opportunity to develop this database. And the construction 4.0 comes as an opportunity to use these data to have the mechanisms to capture it and to manage this large volume in order to use this data or this information for decision making. When we look at the construction 4.0, and you can look at this picture, for example, here, we have several technologies that can be used for construction. For example, the use of BIM from design to operation. This is something very important. BIM nowadays is a core technology for the construction. It's core because, not because it's used for design, but also because BIM is a mechanism that we can use for store information during construction, to visualize information from construction, for example, from design, from construction. And also, we need to use these repositories of information for support the maintenance of our buildings as well. So BIM is a core concept that we need to use in most of the application that we will discuss using different digital technologies. Another important technology that we are seeing in construction 4.0 is autonomous construction. 3D scanning and photogrammetry. We can have 3D scanning and photogrammetry using drones, but also using laser scanners. The industrial production and prefabricated parts and modules are other side of the construction 4.0, very important. It's not only, the idea is not only to use the digital technology to capture information, but also to have a more off-site construction in order to reduce the activities inside of the construction. So off-site construction, modular construction, industrialization, prefabrication are technologies that can be used to remove part of the activities inside of the construction and make the construction more in an industrial, in a more industrial environment. Another aspect very important in the construction 4.0 is the concept of the cyber-physical systems. When we talk about digital twins, we are talking about these cyber-physical systems. We have the opportunity during this course to have Professor Fabiano Correia and Professor Jonathan that will discuss about the use of digital twins. When we use several digital technologies to capture the reality, and we try to manage the construction through virtual reality, not virtual reality, but virtual environment. So I will talk a little bit about the digital twins later on, but this is a technology that definitely is very important nowadays in our context. Another possibility of technology under the umbrella of construction 4.0 is the digital supply chain monitoring, the use of data analysis through big data, more and more with the opportunity to capture more data, visual data, text data, and so we have this opportunity to analyze in a very important way, and the artificial intelligence is a way to process this information and provide us more data transforming information that can offer us the opportunity to for a better decision making. Another technology that we need to embed most of our our work is cloud computing, and also blockchain is something that we need to address in some of the technology. So what I would like to show you in this slide is, during the course, we will talk about several of these 4.0 industry principles, but most of these principles will be adapted to the construction 4.0 because it's our context. And some of the technologies that we use in the construction 4.0 are listed here, And we will have classes about different of this technology, integrated or not, depends on the application. Another concept that we will use in our course is the Industry 5.0. The Industry 5.0, it's a kind of, it's a critic to the Industry 4.0, in fact. Why is a critic? The critique is related to, construction 4.0 is too much related to digital technology. If you see the principles, if you see the technologies, they are autonomous driven, they are technology driven. But we are more than this. And we know that based on our experience in our research group, that the development of the digital technology is not enough to improve the process of a construction project. We need to involve the people. We need to develop capabilities in that people in order to use the technology. We need to consider sustainable environment and the resilience as a concept as well in order to make the best of this digital technology in our environment. So the Industry 5.0, Patricia Trisotopoulos will talk more about this. It's this shift perspective that prioritizes human centricity, sustainability, and resilience with technologies designed to better service people and society. So this is a very interesting topic for us because we are in the interface. Most of our research, they are not only digital technology research, we are construction management as a basis, but we work as in the interface of this construction management background and digital technology background. And for us, people and sustainability and resilience are concepts very important to make this, the use of this digital technology more efficient. So this is something that Patricia Trisotopoulos will discuss with us. And when we look at the construction 4.0 and the industry 5.0 concepts, and also Lean Construction 4.0, and all these concepts and approaches that we are seeing in the last few years. During Luaras Fernandes' thesis, we start to try to develop our own concept, our own idea of this construction site 4.0, for example. In Luara's work, what we understood is, well, if we want to implement the digital technology in the construction concept, in the construction environment, mainly when related to the execution phase, that is a lot the focus of our work, we need to consider the production process. We need to consider human resources. We need to consider the culture of the environment. We need to consider, of course, digital technologies and trends and work infrastructure in order to have the performance that we want. And these three elements are part of a social complex, a complex social technical system. And they are different perspectives from social, technical, and operation parts of the understanding of managing. So we understood that an intelligent construction environment is not only an environment that we use digital technology, but it's an efficient and resilient and human-centered and a sustainable environment composed of a complex social technical systems, meaning that we have different perspectives that we need to look at. We need to look at the social, the human, the culture. We need to look at the technical aspects, the digital technology and infrastructure, but we need to put this in operation. that is the production process and the performance. And we will use the technologies as a tool for continuous improvement. So this was a concept that we developed within our research group, trying to put into this concept the principles of Industry 4.0, Construction 4.0, Lean Construction 4.0, taking into account different perspectives, the social, the technical, and the operational. This is a combination of most of these concepts that I mentioned beforehand. And another concept that we use in our course, and we have two professors, Professor Fabiano and Professor Jonathan, that will talk about this, is the digital twins. Digital twins are models for data-driven management and control of physical systems that can support solving some of these problems, mainly if associated with Lean principles. This figure is very interesting because we can see here the different layers that we need to use when we think about a digital twins platform or system or so. So the first layer is the physical layer. The physical layer is the environment. For example, our construction site. The physical layer is the environment that we want to capture the information about what is going on at the moment. So the current situation. And to capture the current situation of the construction, for example, we need to capture data. And we can capture this data using laser scanner, we can use drones, we can use sensors, we can use drones again here, because here is in different phases. We can use these different technologies in different phases of construction, demolition, operation, and construction. So we can use laser scanner during maintenance, but also during construction. We can use sensors during maintenance or construction. We can use drones during maintenance and construction. We can also use wearable devices like smartwatch. We will have a presentation about this in order to capture information. We can use the prefabrication as a tool, as in this layer, in this physical layer. So these are the tools that make us able to collect the information from the physical environment to add this information in the next layer, that is the digital tools layer. What is the digital tools layer? This is the layer that we need to process this information that we collect in order to put in a data layer later on. So we can use artificial intelligence. For example, we collect the data using drones. We collect photos or videos, and we want to identify safety problems or pathologies or defects. And we use the artificial intelligence in order to develop an algorithm, and we train and test this algorithm to identify the specific aspect that we want to analyze, like safety guards, EPIs, or a defect, a specific defect in the facade that we want. But we need to train and test this algorithm in order to make them, the algorithm to recognize what we want. We can use virtual reality and mixed reality as digital tools in order to process this information as well. And the other layer that we will concentrate, or we merge this information from the construction site, with the information that we have from design, for example, is this layer of data layer. And in this data layer, we have the digital twins itself. That is the way that we can merge the information plan and the information as executed, for example, and we can provide through the merge of this information indicators to inform that we are delayed or not, if we have pathologies from different types, if we have a safe environment or not, based on the requirements that we establish. So the digital twins is the way that we can have these two words together, and definitely the information needs to be used for decision making. If we don't use this information for some type of decision making, it's not worth it. And here we have some impacts and challenges when we talk about Industry 4.0 and Construction 4.0 and so. Of course, what we want when we adopt the use of this, digital technology in our environment. First of all, we want to have a construction environment more innovative. We know that the construction industry is behind of several other industries. Construction industry, it's very well known as very artisan, and we need to add a more innovative environment. We need to improve sustainability. All the time, we are one of the industries that have more produce several impacts for the environment, and we need to be able to reduce part of these impacts. We can improve the image of the industry. Of course, I mentioned to you guys that we need to be seen as a more innovative environment to work. Otherwise, the young people will not be very motivated or encouraged to work in our industry due to the traditional or artisan image that we have. But definitely, when we use this type of technology, integrated technology, we want to save in cost, we want to save in time, we want to enhance safety, we want to have better time and cost predictability, improve quality, improve collaboration, communication, but also to have this customer and end-user centric worldview. However, these are the impacts that we want to have by integrating different digital technology. But on the other hand, we face several challenges all the time, such as resistance to change. Sometimes somebody, okay, we want to introduce this digital technology in our process, but they have no idea the value of this proposition. And one of our aim as a researcher is to measure and define this value proposition. We have high cost implementation. We still have very, very low investment and PhD and research and development. We need to enhance skills. You are here in order to enhance your skills about digital technology. We need more people interested to use this digital technology. From the point of view of the construction context, we have a lot of fragmentation in our supply chain. These make us, we have several difficulties to standardize several aspects because of the fragmentation and the lack of standards. But also we need to look at important aspects such as data security, data protection, cybersecurity, legal and contractual uncertainty. And finally, we need to think that the idea of this course is to look at integrated use of digital technology. Most of the time, when we decide to use just a single digital technology, it's not possible to see the best impact because single technology will not be able to solve all the problems that we have. Well, we are almost finished in terms of time. I need to leave in 2 or 3 minutes. So I will just show you, but definitely we have more opportunity to show the research that we are developing in our research group. Just a brief introduction of our research group. If you don't, if I know that most of you have access to our website and Instagram, but just to give you an overview of what we are doing, we work a lot with production management as a basis. Lean construction is our basis. Sustainable management in construction, but our main strength now is the studies in digital technology in construction. Our team, we have 4 professors, 1 postdoc, 7 PhD students, 2 master, and 4 undergrad students working with us. We have a very close development with the industry. 99% of our work is based on a real problem, and we try to solve this problem or build this solution together with our partner. And because of this opportunity that we have to have a close interaction with the industry, we are able to develop and evaluate artifacts that are more applicable and more useful for the construction industry. And also we have the opportunity to understand the effectiveness of the implementation and the capability needed for the adoption of these digital technologies. These are the main 4 projects that we are developing right now in our group. Our pioneer, let me say in this way, our pioneer project was the Smart Inspects. Just to have an idea, we work on this project almost for 10 years. I would say that we started in 2014, and until now we work in this project in a more slow way, but Smart Inspects, the application of drones, mobile devices, artificial intelligence, and BIM for construction management was our reference for the development of all other projects that I will show you now. So Smart Inspects is not done, but it's our reference there. But nowadays we are working very hard in 3 other projects. One of them is the Smart Twins 5.0. We are just about to finish our phase of this project. The idea was to develop a digital twins for managing the production and safety of cast-in-place concrete wall. All the investigation that we developed in this project had the focus of how we can improve the safety, the production, the quality of projects that have cast-in-place concrete wall, paredes de concreto, for the ones that don't know what is cast-in-place concrete wall. We have finished this work, but we have another project that it's a deploy, a spin-off, for example, of the Smart Twins 5.0 that we are running together with PUC-Chile University. Another very important project that we have now is the maintenance educational building. The idea of this project, the Rafael and Alison, they are running this project, and Caio is starting to work in this project as well, and they are having a lecture right now as part of the Congresso UFBA, and I'm here in the class, and they are now showing some results, and we are working inside campus, meaning that we are trying to understand, trying to identify roof and facade defects of the UFBA buildings, using BIM, artificial intelligence, scan to BIM for maintenance. So how we can use these digital technologies to improve the maintenance process in our university. This is something very interesting. And finally, we start this year another project that we are drinking from the source of Smart Inspects and Smart Twins 5.0, because it's a combination of both. It's the smart infra. So the idea is to develop digital twins for managing the production and safety infrastructure project. Instead of looking at the building construction, we are looking at infrastructure projects. We just got a nice grant from CNPq in order to develop this project. And also we have the partnership of the Movida. Now it's the CCR construction that now is Movida, another name. But we have a very important partnership. Vanessa is working this project as well, together with Rafaela, another PhD student. And we are open this project now for other researchers because of the grant that we got from CNPq last week. So these are the 4 projects that we are developing right now. I will not show the specifics of each project, but one thing that we like very much to develop in our project now is ebooks that has ebooks with a very simple language that can be used for the society. So we have here 2 examples of ebooks of our research group, the digital twins, and the maturity measurement system for digital transformation, the construction phase. We also developed last year a podcast about digital twins. If you want to access, please access our website, and you can get for free the ebooks, and also you can listen the podcast. Everything is in Portuguese, but if you are interested, you can try some translation if you are not Portuguese native. And our publications, all of our publications are available in our website. So if you are interested in different publication, you can use the website in order to locate any of one. And this is the research group that we are not doing this by ourselves. GTEC group is like a family. We have several principles, implicit principles that we develop. One of them is collaboration. We only work together. We cannot do anything by ourselves. We are a group that we privilege the trust between us and the excellence, of course, in order to produce relevant research for the society. And this is why GTEC has a so diverse people, research, very interested in order to support the construction industry. And that's it, guys. Thank you.